Here we go. Giddy up. Have fun.
Giddy up. You giddy up.
Yeah, you have fun.
Ride 'em, cowboy.
Hi, I'm Willie Percy. Who are you?
Elise Anderson.
I'm Kim Seal.
And this is...
Hey, what happened?
What happened? What happened?
What happened?
What the hell happened? Hey!
What happened?
We just go over the week's events that caught our interest. Oddly for all of us, very exciting. It was World Radio Day.
This is rock and roll radio. Come on, let's rock and roll with the Ramones.
Forgotten song. Radio Gaga, Radio Goo. Turn up the radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. No, you would listen to the music on the AM radio.
I don't know what World Radio Day is, other than a day to recognize
We have a
it.
day for pork chops and everything else, so why not a day for radio, right?
Fair enough.
Exactly.
Interesting fun fact.
Yeah, Spirit of the Radio, the last song you played in that montage, doesn't even mention the word radio within the song.
Just in the title.
By Rush. Okay, let's go to one of my favorite moments, just the headlines.
Give me the news, read it in the Sunday papers.
And so the idea behind just the headlines is we find real headlines from around the world, and that's all you really get. We don't really go into the story.
That's right.
Okay. And so the headline that captured our attention this week came from Psychology Today, and the headline was, Why Men Send Pictures of Their Genitals.
Why? Why do you do this?
Clear this up for us, Will.
Well, I've never done it.
No?
However, you have received one.
I have received just one.
Was it wanted or
Unwanted.
unsolicited?
I mean, I would like to talk to somebody who said, yeah, send me one of those.
That's a nasty part of the body to be sending pictures of.
It's the
Okay.
second most nasty I can think
yeah.
of. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
What's the nastiest?
Donut hole.
Balloon nut.
Belly button?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, don't do it. No.
Okay.
No, like for an example, you know,
Ever.
the thing is the one that I got was just bizarre. Like, I don't know what he was trying to accomplish with this picture.
Right.
Because, like, I don't have the genitalia of which these pictures are sent with, dick pics, right? Like, I can't do them.
That's the
But-
technical term for
But
it.
if I did, I've thought about this because after I got this one, I thought, oh boy, he's got this all wrong. If I did, you know, we've discussed this.
Yes.
Lighting is important.
Angles.
Okay, hang on a
Angles.
second. I'm gonna
Oh, you're
write
going to
this.
write this down?
Well,
Okay.
sure. If I ever decide I got to send one,
Okay.
I want to make sure it's a quality one.
Make sure it looks
Yeah. Lighting. Lighting is
larger
important.
than it is, maybe.
Yeah, like that's what the angles,
That's
right?
axiomatic. That goes without
Yeah.
saying. We're all trying to make it look bigger than it is.
Don't take a picture of it if you're just getting out of a cold lake. You know those kind of things.
Well, you would think that you guys would know that. But again, the one I got, didn't know it.
Hey,
Make sure you have a nice setting. We don't need to see the whole background. If you could maybe just go just
listen,
there.
there's an old joke about the size of wieners, okay? And it's three guys, and they're going to get let off if they measure up. Okay?
Okay.
So the first guy says, man, it's a good thing my 7 inches got us to the 12. And the second guy says, hey, it's a good thing my 4.5 inches got us there. And the third guy says, because he only had,
How?
A tiny little one.
said, it's a good thing I had a boner.
I've never had a dick pic until this week.
You never had what?
I've never had a dick pic until this week.
You got two.
I got two.
Well, and it's because we do the story. By the way, we haven't mentioned yet. We do the morning show at Rock 101, CFMI. It's a rock and roll radio station in the Vancouver area. And so we were talking about this story. It actually took on kind of a life of its own.
Yeah.
And while we were talking about it, you mentioned.
I have never received a dick pic.
And so right away,
Thank you. Thank you.
two of them came in.
Yeah. Dick Van Dyke and Dick Cheney.
Scary.
You didn't even get real ones.
That's
Didn't even
good.
get
No,
real
those
ones.
were perfect. That's all I want to ever see.
So turns out the psychology behind it is it's a little like mating rituals in the animal kingdom where you try to capture the attention of females.
So that's why, like the male birds have bigger plumage and colorful feathers,
They
that kind of
dance.
thing, right?
Okay, they do the big dance and stuff.
Yes.
And so the psychology is we're still animals. We're, human beings are just animals. And the psychology is, hey, this will get attention. And any attention is good attention, kind of like publicity.
Yeah, a policeman knocking on your door detention. That's what you're going to get.
Well, okay, now.
I just like that we say, no, we're all animals, we're all animals. It's
Don't
called a dick
do
pic
it.
for a reason. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself, simple man.
I've never sent one. I did like this quote. A woman said, do they really think I'm going to magically want to have sex with them now
No kidding.
after seeing their penis?
Oh, this has done it. Where are you and how do I get there?
To which I reply, wait till you see the picture.
Get the bear spray.
All right. It was kind of cool information about the Canadian flag we found out this week. It was National Flag Day, February 15th, every year is National Flag Day.
Yeah.
Our flag became our flag in 1965.
That's right.
There was a contest. People submitted their
Designs?
designs for what they thought should be the Canadian flag. And a fella named George Stanley, it was his design that was
made it.
selected. And remember that guy who sang our national anthem down in Las Vegas?
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With growing hearts we see thee rise, the true and strong and free.
This is the Canadian national anthem he was trying to sing, right? So that's a dipshit named
Who cares?
Dennis K.C. Sparks. But he actually had a pseudonym. He went out as Greg Bartholomew. He's a lounge singer in Las Vegas.
That's your stage name is
Greg Bartholomew, yeah. But his real name's Dennis K.C. Parks. Here's my favorite.
wow.
At the very end, the big finish that he had.
We stand on guard for thee.
No, he holds a note. Holds a note. Listen.
Thank you. For what? For your rendition? Did he sing the
I
national?
want to send him a dick pic.
Speaking of the Canadian national anthem and our flag, so we found out that every day on the Peace Tower, which is the Parliament buildings, and it's the most recognizable one, super tall, the Peace Tower,
It's on our money.
with the
right?
Canadian flag on top, right? Every day, that's a brand new Canadian flag up top.
I did not know this until today.
Costs $150, the new one that goes on. The old one comes down every day, and what do they do with the old flag?
Give it to somebody. Give it to a Canadian.
Yeah, so there's a list that you can go on, and you say, I would like to have that Canadian flag. And there is actually a waiting list for it. How long is the waiting list?
100 years. Over 100 years.
100 years. So, Kim, what did you do?
I signed up today. I don't think I'm getting the flag.
Here's to
Maybe
hoping.
somebody in my family will.
But it leads to a really interesting
It'd be
conversation.
kind of a cool thing. I mean, 100 years from now, I mean, my son probably won't even be alive, but, I mean, it'll be kind of cool to see if they hunt down my next of kin, so to speak, and say your great-great-grandmother or something paid for this, $150. That's what it costs. And this is your day.
Okay, so we're going, okay, your address probably won't be the same.
Yeah.
But they'll hunt me down through taxes and then through my, who's, have you got kids? And then they'll look up.
Okay, so this is every day, right? You guys said every day?
Weekdays, so 5 days a week.
Okay, Monday through Friday,
Yep.
there are 5 flags that are being sent out to a Canadian who signed up to ask to receive one. So there is literally somebody every day looking up, going through the turkey trail of life to find Kim Seal's relative after she passed away 50 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're paying somebody for this.
Okay, now I'm a little pissed off about it.
They need to get more flags going here.
How
No.
are we paying for it? with our taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm concerned about the waste of just, new flag. New
But
flag.
that leads us to
Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man.
turns out down in the United States you can claim this as a taxable benefit.
Tax deductible? It's
Tax deductible.
deductible.
What is?
It's ransom.
Ransom. So if you had to pay a kidnapper
Yeah.
for a loved one,
You can write that off on your taxes for that year.
tax deductible.
Great.
If they stole data off your computer,
Yeah, they hold your computer for ransom.
right? They say, hey, sorry, we're not going to let you onto your computer unless you pay us
$37.
No, that was
know,
the
yeah.
best one. North Korea. We found it came from North Korea, but that was my question because they were asking everyone for $35.
which
And I was
we
like,
all thought sounded reasonable.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'd be contacting anybody for that. I'd be like, I just want my pictures. Here's $35. Like,
Right.
take it.
Yeah, and the reason it was $35,
Because North Korea.
there's a lot of money in North Korea. Okay, so is TurboTax going to put that on? Because they're thinking about doing it in Canada, claiming,
They would have to.
yeah.
It would have to be on there.
So, like, when you're
Ransom
going through, like, did you purchase any lumber this year? And blah, blah, blah. Did you pay ransom?
Yes, I did.
Well, would it be
fact.
under charitable donations and then another subclass or something? It's got to be.
No charities.
I don't think that's a charitable donation.
Crime.
No, charitable. This is my brother Dave.
Not
I was like, I don't really want him back,
had
but
to do
okay.
it.
If I get attacked,
You have to get a receipt.
yeah,
That's
I was
the
just going to
next
say, do you
question.
have to get a receipt for
how
it?
do you prove how much you gave?
It was anyway. So tax deductible ransom. It was Grandma Achievement Day this week.
Yes.
What do you think of that, Grandma?
I am tired.
Sounds about right. Lived a long life, all right?
Yeah.
Give her a break.
So what's the achievement for Grandma?
Being a grandma.
She's breathing.
Making it to tomorrow. Good luck, Grandma.
Made it to the bathroom. All those things. Those are.
Then we found out that I know the flash mob that took place in Abilene, Texas. Everybody dressed in afros,
Yep.
blue shirts that were buttoned up, and a pallet.
Palette.
So who were they?
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
All of
Maybe
them.
there's a happy tree, evergreen tree. He lives right there. Start with just touching the canvas. Use just the corner of the brush, just the corner, and begin pushing, making the bristles bend slightly downward. See there? Look at that. Isn't that a nice little tree? And he lives right here in this brush.
Okay, turns out things
So
we didn't know
relaxing.
about Bob Ross.
Yeah.
How much money did he make from the PBS TV show?
Nothing.
How much money did he make from his own personal painting products that he sold because of that show?
A lot of money.
$15 million.
Yeah.
Pretty
it
good,
was.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he used it just as a platform to sell his like art supplies and things.
The afro that he's famous for?
Not real.
What?
It's a perm.
Huh?
Yeah, I love that story because he actually has really straight hair or had really straight hair. And he thought he could save money on haircuts if he just permed it. And then he got so iconic for the perm, he had to continue perming it, and then he hated perming it. So
Love it. Love it.
funny.
And then when you see a picture of him without the perm, you go, that can't be
That
that.
can't be
That
him.
can't be
I
him.
know.
Okay. Not only that, we know him as lovely, calm Bob Ross.
Yeah. He's a sergeant in the army. He was one of those yelly bums, that just gave it to you.
Everybody said,
Your basic training, whatever it is, 3-6 months or whatever. I mean, yeah, this guy just bellowed at you endlessly.
Bob Ross did.
Yeah.
He was an asshole as a sergeant.
And now it's quiet time.
he had had enough, and he wanted to finish out his life gently. And it sounds nice.
So you can watch it on Netflix. And we just thought it was really lovely that a teacher down in Abilene, Texas, said, hey, here's what we're going to do, a flash mob. So they got like half 100 kids together all dressed up like Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Lovely moment, right? Do we want to talk about Valentine's Day?
Do we have to?
Kim's single.
She is.
Yes.
Okay. We'll do Chris Rock on Valentine's Day. Chris, what do you think of love?
If you haven't contemplated murder, you ain't been in love. If you haven't seriously thought about killing a you ain't been in love. If you haven't had a can of rat poison in your hand and looked at it for 45 minutes straight, you ain't been in love. If you haven't bought a shovel and a bag and a rug to roll their ass up in, you ain't been in love. If you haven't practiced your alibi in front of the mirror, you ain't been in love. And the only thing that stopped you from killing this was an episode of CSI.
They're going to catch me.
To which, Kimmy, you said?
I have been in love way too many times. Way too many.
After that description. One last thing I want to mention, because he celebrated his 75th birthday this week. Used to be the mayor of Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
Who is it?
Jerry!
What are you, some kind of freak? Hey, shut up.
Okay, come on.
I'll kick you.
Bring it on, you skanky.
All right, come on. No one talks to my son like that. It's okay, Scott. You mother. You're burning your mother's.
Jerry!
It's kind of fitting that it's Family Day long weekend coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, in some provinces.
Yeah.
Not all the provinces. We got to give credit where credit is due. Where's that from?
Austin Powers. That was Dr. Evil and his son Scott.
Okay, and then here in the Vancouver area, we've had this going on since 2006, kind of an odd phenomenon, and it is feet washing up ashore, usually a running shoe with a foot in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has become disarticulated from the body that it used to belong to, and here's the Global News report on it.
The discovery was made in Vancouver's False Creek, an ordinary size 9 running shoe that just a few hours ago contained a left foot.
Yeah, and it turned out they didn't phone the police first.
Who'd they call?
Daniel Day-Lewis. My left
Every time. I don't know.
It's because Kim dislikes it so much. I think that's why it's fun. All right, who are you?
I'm Kim Seal.
Who are you?
Elise Anderson.
I'm Willie Percy, and that this week is
What happened?
CNN Week.